Welcome. My name is Eduardo Samayoa. I am the creator of the dashboards for the Global Fund. We're in our series of instructional videos, and this is our video number 2. As you might remember, in the first video, we had the opportunity to introduce to you the dashboard, its uses, advantages, and its characteristics, and the added value that this gives the country coordinating mechanisms. In the second video, we will be exploring the dashboard tool, a tool developed in Excel. We will be giving information on all of the financial indicators. Let's start our second video. Before beginning the training with the board, it's important that we familiarize ourselves with the documents necessary to input the financial information. One of the documents that contain much of the information that we input is the Grant Performance Report. Another of the most important documents is the performance framework that is approved by the Global Fund when the grant is signed. A third document that is important, which also holds a lot of financial information, is the PUDR, or also known as Progress Update Disbursement Request. Now let's start by opening our Excel program, and we will see the main menu that we are already familiar with, and that has links so that all you have to do is click to get to the appropriate sheet you need. We are going to go directly to the sheet for inputting data. The inputting data sheet presents to us in its first part the information of the grant. As general information on the grant we will be selecting, which can also be extracted from our grant performance report. Right in the very first page is all the information you will need to input into the general information category. Next, we have the reporting reference period, which means the period on which we are going to inform. It's important to select the correct period we're going to introduce into the dashboard because this is the information that will be used to make the graphs that will be displayed for this particular period of time. It is important to mention that in this video, we are going to look only at financial information. The first indicator is what gives us the Global Fund's grant budget and its performance. In the performance framework sheet, we already have an established or estimated budget per period. Therefore, you just have to copy it and transfer it to the cells marked for the budget per period. Once this information has been updated, we update the disbursement from the Global Fund. This disbursement information can be obtained from the letters that announce the disbursements or through the financial statements of the principal recipients where we see what amount has been disbursed. This is the only information that is required for the first indicator. The system automatically accumulates the information and the entire program is protected in a way so that if we want to input the information into cells that do not have colors highlighted, the system will not allow it. The second indicator is the principal recipient's budget from the proposal and the actual expenses realized by grant objective. In this one, the first part consists of inputting the names of the grant objectives. Obviously, these names from the proposal are very long, so in this part, we try to shorten the name in a manner that the name of the objective can still be easily understood. For example, it could be an objective for prevention or an objective for comprehensive care, etc. The cumulative budget also comes from the performance framework. In fact, this total of the cumulative budget must be the same as the cumulative budget we have in indicator number 1. The way to prove that this is correct is by referring to this cell that will turn either red or green depending on the result. For example, if we still have not yet inputted the budget in this cell, then it will automatically turn red. And if everything has been entered correctly, we will see the cell turn green and therefore know that the information is adequate. In the next column, we have the accumulated expenses for each one of these objectives. The principal recipient must give us these expenses in the reports that it sends in the PUDR or in the performance framework. The third indicator has to do with the disbursements that the Global Fund has given us that are the same to the information in indicator number 1, and the expenses that the principal recipient has actually incurred and the ones that it has disbursed to the sub-recipients, and the expenses that the sub-recipients have spent in the country. This information is divided into 2 columns. One specifically for what has been done in the period of reference, period 2, and the other on what is being carried forward from period 1. This will allow us to see graphically the differences between all the graphs. The last indicator has to do with the number of days that the principal recipient has taken to send the appropriate information to the Global Fund. The norm is that there are 45 established days which the principal recipient has to send the information to the Global Fund. The second has to do with the disbursement that the Global Fund has sent to the country, which also has a 45-day established period to do so. A last comparison is the days the principal recipient takes to distribute the funds to the sub-recipients. Those are the 4 indicators that are displayed in the financial sheet. The graphs are displayed in the following manner. Once the information has been entered into the system, the graphs appear. In graph number 1, we can see different color columns. The bars in purple show the cumulative budget, and the bars in blue show the cumulative disbursements. Also, all the graphs have a yellow space in the header for the committee who inputs the data to make comments should there be any problems. In this case, there is a comment where the budget shows an amount to buy drugs that is not implemented by the principal recipient, but instead by the Global Fund. We can also see the graph for the budgeted and actual spending by objective, a column for the estimated costs, and a column for the actual costs. We could see which objective was poorly carried out and which was done successfully. There's also an additional column for the administrative cost or overhead that the principal recipient may have that round out the exact total cost of the funds being used. The third graph shows the disbursement that the Global Fund has supplied to the country. Of this, how much has been spent by the principal recipient and how much has been dispersed to the subrecipients. We also see here how much has been spent, the disbursement to the subrecipients, and how much has been spent by them. The last graph shows us green, red, or yellow, depending on how much time we have taken to send the request for disbursement to the Global Fund, how long it has taken the Global Fund to send us the funds, and also how long the principal recipient has taken in dispersing to the sub-recipients. If the established time has elapsed, then the color red will appear, if not, then green. This is our financial information that is generated by the 3 reports that are very important: the Grant Performance Report, the Performance Framework, and the PUDR. This has been video number 2. We invite you to see video number 3 to see how the information is entered in the management indicators. As always, you can download the dashboard by following the links on the following screen. Any questions or comments can be directed to me through my email that is also on the screen. I invite you to see video number 3.